Hi there, it's Jo here from Creative Empowerment, and today I'm back with part 4 of a 4-part series about how to work with Oracle cards. Part 1 covered Oracle decks, what they are and how to use them, how to pick one that's right for you. Part 2 was about giving yourself a reading, so about shuffling, about the question, about how to focus on that question, and then getting some good results from a 1-card reading. Part 3 looked at how to do a multiple card reading using the guidebook. And today we're going to look at how I intuitively read Oracle cards and obviously tarot cards in the same way. I will link all of those other 3 videos in the description box below. I will also link my how to use the wisdom of the Oracle cards, because I go through that in another video, which is talking about using the guidebook, because I won't be using the guidebook in this video. This is all about how to use your intuition. So I haven't done all of the things that I normally do, so I'm going to do those now. So what I will do normally is get myself ready, and how I do that is I go put myself into awareness. So I ground myself, so I connect with the earth. I slow my breathing down to help me become present. I imagine that I am sending like an anchor or roots down into Mother Earth. And then I allow that beautiful energy to flow into my body, into every one of my cells. I then connect up with spirit, whatever you call that, the divine somehow. So I'm doing this process now. I'm not really sure why, because I wasn't planning on doing it, but I am doing it now. So I'm asking all of my guides to come in, ask them to raise my vibration, asking them to help me bring through clear and accurate messages for myself for today, because I'm asking a question about myself, asking them to guide me. I'm asking my spirit animal team to come in to help me. And when I feel like I'm ready, when I feel like I've got that nudge from spirit, that everything's ready to go, then I'm ready to work with the cards. So I've already chosen my cards. I've chosen the Wisdom of the Oracle from Colette Baron-Reid, as I said earlier. These are a great deck for beginners. If you want to know why, go and watch this video that I've made about how to use these cards. Colette Baron-Reid is great for beginners, which is why we're starting with these today. I always give my cards a knock. Sometimes I shuffle, sometimes I cleanse them in other ways. While I am shuffling, I'm infusing them with my energy. I'm asking them to be cleansed of any and all other energies. And we've got cards that are wanting to come out, not quite coming out. So the cards already want to talk to me, which is great. But I'm not taking any cards that jump out just now, because I'm going to set my intention for this reading. So my question today is the same one from the last reading. I want some information around my YouTube channel. So again, something that I'm passionate about, something that I'm excited about. Got lots of red on today. We're using the red oracle. Got a beautiful sunflower over here. So lots of joyous energy, lots of heart energy. And I'm using a 3-card spread. I've mentioned in part 3, when you're a beginner, I would always start with a spread so that you know what these cards mean, not just randomly placing down cards. By all means, if that's what you feel called to do, and this is about using your intuition, then do that. But today I'm using structure so that I have a guide to understand what that card means, what that card means, and what that card means. So now I want to focus on my YouTube channel. And I'm asking the question, what can you tell me about my YouTube channel? Because I am going to ask 3 specific questions: what to expect, what to do, and the outcome. So I'm really looking for guidance, is what this spread is all about. When I feel like I get the nudge from spirit that I'm ready to go, I'm then going to stop. But sometimes I might have cards fly out, and they're the cards that I use. So you see, there's some cards that really want to come and talk to me, but they haven't actually flown out. So I feel like I'm ready. So I'm going to spread these cards out. Now my first one is going to be what can I expect? So this is in relation to my YouTube channel. What can I expect? And what I want to do here is I want to see where I'm drawn. Where am I drawn to in this this pile? Do I need to spread some out so I can see individual cards? Am I drawn to the top card? No, I'm rarely drawn to the top card. It happens, but not in this sense. And sometimes you might notice that while you're waiting for this card to draw you, you might feel like you're called here, but then something else just catches you out of the corner of your eye. Make sure that you're restating what it is that you're getting this card for. So my card is all about what to expect with my YouTube channel. And I was being drawn over here until I moved cards, and then it was no longer. So it's kind of like Spirit's telling me there's another message here and a better message for me. I'm going to place it that way. So the next card is what to do, and I'm being called directly back to the center here. Oh, and for some reason I'm flipping that card over. So look, when I am doing intuitive spreads, I just let myself do what I feel. Like it's like I don't know, I can't see that one yet, but I'm allowed to see that card now. It's really weird, but I'm going to show you the cards, but I'm going to get the third card before we move on. And then this is an outcome card, and I'm being drawn here. And again, I'm able to see that. And that, that's an interesting card for the outcome. But before I start jumping here, because, you know, we all want to know the outcome. We do the cards because we're asking for advice. We're looking for someone to help us. And when I say that, I don't want you to give your power away. I've talked about this in the other videos. This is all about looking within, and it's getting the answers from above. So I have 3 cards here. I have what to expect, what to do, and the outcome around my YouTube channel. So the first card is a change in the wind. And that's really interesting because if I had seen all of the 3 cards, I probably might have started going in a certain direction already. Now, like I said, I've chosen these cards in particular because they talk to me. Pick an oracle deck that talks to you. These cards talk to me because the imagery, I get lost in this imagery. It's wistful, it's imaginative, it's playful, and I find lots of meaning in these cards, this artwork for me. So now that I've got all 3 cards out, I'm going to see what is calling me, that I'm noticing. What are my guides talking to me about? If I just continue on without pausing, without stopping, I will go into a very sort of do this, then do this, and then do this. Whereas when I'm doing this and I'm allowing Spirit to guide me, they will call out to me. They will call out the things that I need to notice about these cards, because it's not noticing every single thing in the card. Now, without looking at the words, even though I've read them already, the things that I'm really noticing is these 2 cards here have very soft colours. They're very dreamy, they're very romantic. They're almost like there's a mist there. They're very subdued. They're in the clouds. That's another thing that I'm noticing. The moon is there. I have a really strong connection to lunar energies and moon energies. There is an egg in this one, which I love. I love the egg. And I'm also being drawn to the door and the path. So we've got quite a lot of what sort of like shifting fog or shifting delicate energy, cloud energy. You know, it's that sort of imperceptible, you can't see through it, or you can only make out the outlines. You can only make out the obvious things. You cannot see clearly yet. So that I'm finding that's interesting here. And then we have this card here, which is brighter. It's clearer. There's definitely the cloud action, but it's more that sort of dramatic cloud action. There's more light, there's more clarity. There is a desert, so the zebra is standing on a desert. So the other thing that I'm also noticing is I have 2 moons. I said that I'm quite drawn to lunar energies, and I have 2 moons here. I have the moon, you know, big bright moon, and then I have a little moon on top of the structure. The other thing is also that this has a structure in it. These have supports in them. So I'm just calling out all the things that I'm noticing. These also have the banners or the flags, which could suggest many different things. This one has wind in it. These are still. And that's interesting too. So now I want to sort of look at each individual card now that I've had this overview, and I can start taking things that I'm being sent already, you know, that what to expect, what to do, and the outcome. What to do and the outcome look hazier. They're not as clearly defined. They feel like they're shifting still, and that's the information that I'm getting. And it also feels like they're going to be guided by the ethereal, the stars, the divine, whatever it is, because they're in that they're in that ether, they're in the air, and all of these cards are very airy. So air is all about that mental aspect. It's about thinking. It's about communication, and my YouTube channel is about communication. So now I'm going to have a look at each individual card and see what I'm getting from those. So the first card is the Wings of Change, or a change in the wind. See how I have rephrased that? The Wings of Change, I've called this card. Instead of a change in the wind, the winds of change. Now that's important. I didn't misread it. I didn't make a mistake. My guides have asked me to see this as the winds of change. Now, as soon as I have seen, as I've jumbled those words up, the next thing I'm noticing is that there are these winds whipping around that. Now I can see the result of the wind. So I went and got my glasses so that I can see a bit better what's happening in this card, because there's some things happening that I've never really looked at deeply. Leaves, looks like leaves. They also look like seed pods. There is a north and south, so it's about direction. Like I said, there is the winds of change. It is on a zebra. So zebra, you know, it's neither black nor white. The other thing I'm noticing is there is a snail on the back. So a snail carries its home with it. And I get the impression that it's not necessarily a home, but it could be, I don't know, you know, a place of work or a structure, an establishment. There is a little fairy sitting in this winds of change, which could be, you know, an elemental link, could be a wind fairy. And there's also what looks like a spirit face in the clouds. There are spirit faces in these cards anyway, but this is a different one. And these things feel like they are looking to the past, because they're all looking backwards. They're not looking forwards. So whatever was happening in the past, there's the winds of change are coming to change things. So there's going to be a directional change when it comes to my YouTube channel. And so this is about what to expect. Now, the zebra itself is not moving. The zebra itself looks stationary. It doesn't look like it's moving. When I'm looking at these other cards, there's two stationary cards and then there's one movement card. However, this card has movement in it. So there's going to be some movement around my YouTube channel and, you know, what's happening there. It doesn't talk about what that's going to be. And I kind of know what that is. So I'm happy with that and without going into deep detail, but I do have something that I'm going to bring into my new YouTube channel that is new and exciting for me, and we'll change it up quite a bit. And it's really great that the cards are talking about something that I know. Wasn't expecting to see it though. Then we have this card here, and this is the Observer card. It's very subdued colours, really restful, kind of almost that nap time. And this is what to do. So this is talking about actually not doing much, which is very interesting. We have the moon. So we've got two moons. This moon is looking forward. And we also have a spirit face close to the moon. We have the fox. The fox feels like it's removed from the situation for me, and it's sitting on an egg. So it's talking about while something is growing, while something is being nurtured, while something is growing. That's the best one that I can use for this. While something's growing, it's kind of like allow that twilight, that that soft, gentle light to nurture it and nourish it, and sort of sit with that and observe what happens around you. There's this stardusty kind of feel here. There's stars, there's the moon, and it's very sort of sleepy, but it's very gentle. It's really gentle energy. And this numerologically adds up to a 13, which then you reduce to a 4. And that's all about building. So I like that. I like that message there about what to do. It's about actually just watching and seeing what happens, which I really, really like. Then we have our final card, and this is the outcome card, and this is time to go. Now, I find that really a little bit challenging and very interesting, or it's explaining to me that the outcome will be time to go. What can that mean? It could mean, just looking at the words, that it is time to leave YouTube. That's one possibility. That doesn't feel, I don't have a strong feeling around that. I do feel like I'm drawn very much to the door and to other possibilities and where it leads. So when it says time to go, I don't always use the wording anymore. Like I did to begin with, and when you're a beginner, you may really want to use the words because they really do help you. But as you get used to your cards and you have a relationship with them, you'll go, okay, well, that card's not talking to me about that today. It's not talking about it's time to go. It's showing, my guides are showing me a message using this card. It's a 9, so it's like a completion. And they're showing me that there's a new beginning. Without really taking notice of that card, it's showing me that there's a new beginning coming here for me. That I'm on this different path or the same path, and it's changing. So I really want some more information about this outcome. So I'm going to shuffle the cards again because there's more here for me. There's more for me to understand. So what I want to ask here is for clarification about the outcome card, the time to go card. Can I get some more clarification? And I did, and I got round and round. Now, that's very interesting. So as you can see, I let myself shuffle, allowed a card that jumped out to be the card that I needed. Now, this card is talking about round and round. So again, I want to go back to the beginning, have a look at the card, the colours, and the colours I'm really being drawn to. They're very different. They're bright. They're blue, purples and pinks with a bit of yellow. Now this card, this card I'm being told is the chrysalis. So the chrysalis is, like that cocoon stage. So the chrysalis is just before you're born, before it's born. And I really want to put this card on its side today, which I've never done before. And when I'm doing that, what I'm seeing is the sacred geometry. I'm seeing almost like an abalone shell. And the abalone shell is filled with sacred geometry. So if we look at the spiral there, the spiral is never ending because it's the spiral of pi. So what I feel, and the other thing that I'm seeing now that I've noticed the spiral of pi is that I'm going deeper. So I feel like this is telling me that, so again, I don't want to take notice of the words because my guides are guiding me differently. There's a new path, there's a new door opening up to you with your YouTube channel. And here, this adds up to a 7, which is about luck and can be magical. There can be lots of different things it can be. But what I feel like is I'm being, and I just keep getting words, let a merry dance, but that in a positive way. So let a merry dance because I'm going to go on this magical journey. So I'm getting that magical vibe there. But this card, it feels like I'm going more within me. So the plans that I have for my YouTube channel are going to be more deeply within who I am, and they're going to be much more heart focused. I love what I'm doing now, but I'm going to add to it. So it's really funny because I was probably going to start the next thing that I was going to do without a bit of any fanfare. I was just going to do it. But today the cards, without me really thinking, because I went to use this spread or this question because I felt I would just get different information, and it's something that I don't mind sharing with the world, with the people watching. And the funny thing is that it's actually brought something up that I wasn't going to talk about because I didn't feel like I was ready. But I'm on Tuesday mornings, I'm going to start doing a live, and I'm going to do things that I'm really passionate about, which is art. And it's going to be like an art play. So it's going to be fun, relaxing, and I want to set it up so that it's like a circle. So we'll begin with a short meditation. We'll talk about the boundaries of what will happen in the hour. We'll do some work, some playful artwork. Doesn't really matter what it looks like. I really want to use tools that are from childhood so that you want to play, and I've been drawn to the sunflower, so that you want to play, that you relax, and that you have fun, and that you allow your body to let go of stuff while you're playing and you know, incorporating cards, incorporating all the things that I love, animal spirits, whatever. Each week will be different, and you don't need to know anything. You don't even need to do anything. You can either watch, you can play along, and I would like to incorporate a Zoom link so people can join me on the screen. So that's my plan, and it'll be starting tomorrow actually, after this video comes out. It will be Tuesday the 9th. So the first one of these will be Tuesday the 9th. So if you would like to join me for a bit of art play, haven't even given it a name yet, but I'm calling it art play. But it's very much in a sacred circle too. So it's bringing in the divine and allowing the divine to help us use art and play to process stuff, to simply be and be with our emotions. So anyway, that's what this card is talking to me about. It's talking to me about going within, and it's really great actually. So my guides have guided me to more information, the outcome, without using the words of these cards. They're very, very particular in what they wanted to tell me. This is how I read intuitively. There are other times when a song might come into my head. Today there were words coming in my head, different titles for things, different relationships about what these things, like a merry dance. And as you saw, I changed the name of the titles of the cards, and sometimes I will get an upside down card, and again, I don't take it as a negative card. I'll take it as it means something different. And my guides wanted the cockatoos telling me about letting spirit in, which is wonderful. Thank you for being here with me and helping me work through another, part of my life, which is working with cards and then expanding on that. I find that cards can be so beneficial in helping us tune into what it is we need. And I know that I'm working with them more in that way. And that's something else that I'm going to bring into my channel a bit more. So the following, after this particular 4-part series, I'm going to start bringing in spreads. So that's going to be my Monday video that gets released will be more about spreads, and I'll trial different spreads. The first one that I'm going to do is the Moon Lodge spread, and I've been playing with that myself, and I'm going to video that soon, and that'll be coming in the following Monday. So now on my YouTube channel, you'll find Mondays will be either oracle related or spread related. Tuesdays will be art play with me for an hour in a sacred circle. And Fridays will be a pick a card reading. So if you're into all of that stuff, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Please leave comments below to tell me what you thought and if your style is different to mine and how you do it. I haven't covered everything that I do today, that I do when I read. I talked about what came up, what I feel like I'm being guided to do today. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. I really enjoy engaging with you in the comments. I'm really looking forward to the new plans that I have for my channel, and hopefully you're interested as well, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.